This is a quick tutorial on how to format your writing assignments for Literature 111, whether it is the close readings or the analysis essay. You're going to use the same page setup. So we're starting here in this upper left-hand corner. You want to begin with changing your font to Times New Roman, size 12. The next thing to do is make sure that it's in left alignment and then double spaced. If you go to the spacing icon, you'll see this option for 2. You can also open up the full menu for line spacing options, and you can set it to double here, which is the same as 2. You can also change your spacing before and after to make sure that they're set to 0 here. If you don't do that here and open this dialog box, you can find that same option under Layout. Spacing before and after should be set to 0. While you're here under Layout, you can change the margins to 1 inch on all 4 sides. If you don't see that as a normal option setting, you can customize the margins by clicking here and manually typing 1 into all 4 corners. When you're finished with the spacing and the font, you can come back to the home menu and we're ready to type our heading. The heading is different than a header. It appears only on the first page, and it replaces the former title page that used to be required by MLA, which is no longer required. So what goes in the heading depends on your class. So for me, it is your first and last name, followed by the name of this class, which is either Literature or Lit 111, and the section FY. You can include the semester, although that's not required. The other required component is the name of the assignment. And so in this case, if you were doing close reading 1, you would type close reading number 1 or analysis 1 or close reading 5, whatever you're working on is what goes here. Followed by the last thing, which is the date. It can be the due date or the actual date. Today's date happens to be September 21st. You can do that with numbers. You can write it out. I have no preference for this, so whatever works for you is fine. When you hit enter, you're going to stay in the left alignment and create a placeholder for your title. All essays should have a title. The title should be unique and engaging. If you don't have it yet, just space hold it or type it if you know it, and then click center to put that right in the middle. Make sure that you begin at the left margin and so that it's actually centered. When you hit enter, it's going to stay center aligned, so you want to hit left align once more. And from here, you're ready to begin. Your introduction will begin at this place. You always want to have the first line of each paragraph indented with 1 tab. And as you continue to type, I'm going to type gobbledygook here, you'll see that the remaining, the subsequent lines will all go flush with the left margin, which is where it should be, right? So everything besides the first line is at the left margin. And then when you're ready to begin a new paragraph, if you hit enter, it stays indented. It remembers that 1 tab over. The last thing is a header, but my shortcut is, instead of inserting header, I'm going to give you the tip to insert page number first so that you don't have to do this twice. When you click insert page number, you want it to be at the top of the page in the right corner. And yes, you do want it to appear on the first page. This menu might look different if you have a different version of Word. It might not pop out. It might be a drop-down menu, but wherever it is, you should see the option for the top right corner with the number on the first page. You can always click Format to open a new dialog box to choose the same settings. When you click OK, you'll see that number there, or you'll see a little tab. If you see this little tab, you should be able to double-click in to view it. Highlight that number. Sorry. Put the margin in front of the 1 and type your last name. In my case, I would type my last name. For you, you would type your last name and then the space, 1 space. So then you want to highlight your last name and that number, select it, and either a dialog box will pop up or you could come back to the home menu and change the font to Times New Roman size 12 to match the rest of your paper. Double click to exit out, and again, you'll either see it or you'll see the tab. And as you continue to type, that header will remain and continue to count the pages for you. If you follow these guidelines, your papers will be correctly formatted. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, send me an email or come to my office hours.